All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostle of the great nation. And shout out to you brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. And what hop right into it, I'll just start with the scriptures. It all get broken down as we go. So Sirach 5:15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. So as Israelites, being wise men, we enjoy learning. It's a part of who we are, of course. This Sirach, here we go, 21:21. Learning is unto a wise man as an ornament of gold, and like a bracelet upon his right arm. So, again, part of being wise men, part of who we are is wanting to gain more knowledge or wisdom, understanding. Is to learn more. All right? And then we get into these mysteries of the scriptures, the history that we didn't know about. It leads us to study different things. And this is like a warning or exhortation to remember to still keep it simple, still stick to the scriptures. All right? We're not going to know every detail in the history. I can't, because this is something that just came up to me, low-key sparked the spirit, the lesson. We can't tell you the details when. We do know the basics. We do know, vast general knowledge. We understand that Japhet ruled Rome at one point. We know that they were originals. They were the rich. It was their land. All right. When Esau started supplanting, how long when it was mixed Esau, when the Etruscans, whatever, however you say it, however long it lasts for, I can't tell you all that. I can't tell you First Maccabees 8, was that exclusive Edomites, or was that still the mix of Japhet and Edom ruling? I don't know. But what we do know is Japhet ruled it before. Edom, of course, supplanted and got control, like they was trying to do with the Persians, like they did after they got out the Caucasus. They got the papacy, got control, and started to make their moves. How they did it in Rome, I don't know. But eventually we know Rome became Rome, this fourth beast. All right? Following, you can see when the monarchy fell. All right? You can see the last monarch of Rome. You can look that up. That's history. That's there. That's good to know. All right? But we know in Esdras, this fourth beast gets expounded on. And even Esau, when they start talking about Rome, they start with who? That first triumvirate. Caesar. That's the scripture start with. That I can expound on. The exact date when Esau got control or the supplanting, I can't tell you all that. We know when the main player, when Rome became Rome as we know it, Julius. And that's just an example, because really the point is just stick to the scripture. We're going to look into different things. We're going to have opinions and theories. Was this King Jake? Was Ferdinand Jake? All this, we gonna think upon it, man. All right? But what's important is the scriptures. This is the focus. And the things we teach, it must be aligned with the scriptures. The things we hold true, all right, is what the scriptures say. The history that we do hold dear is what lines up with the scriptures. All right? We can talk about how Esau got control of. Let's talk about the modern crown. All right? Brit, we can talk about that. Of course, Nigel marries an Edomite. Some say it was Sophia. Some say, I forget her name. But I think it was two above Sophia, like two before, like her great grandmother, whatever, I forget her name. Um, the elder brought it out too, not too long ago, a couple months back. Damn. But the point is, we understand how it happened. We understand how. Which one it was, Lord knows. And the elder brought it out. That's who I'm siding with. The woman the elder said, it's just, of course, the same judgment. Nevertheless, we know the scriptures say Esau was supplant. This is how they do it. Don't make league with him. So we understand the supplant happened. That's the important part, what we can line up with the scriptures. When the Lord want to go detailed, believe me, he will. All right? We got the prophets in Daniel when it talks about, damn. Well, I can't think of her name. I would have to do the research. It's on the tip of my tongue. The political marriage. Bernice. Ooh, Bernice. All right? The scriptures go into these different things, man. It gets very detailed. What chapter is that? That's Daniel 9. Was that Daniel 8? Daniel 11. Yeah, Daniel 11, the king of the north and the south. And it goes into the wars between the Seleucid and Ptolemaic Empire. It goes into the political marriages. All right, it goes to all these things. It gets very detailed. When the Lord wants to get detailed, he can and he does. All right? And whatever is not there, it just ain't there. Look, that's the thing about 100% truth. We're not saying we know everything. We saying what's revealed, we know. And I may not be the brother to know this one part. It may be the brother in another state, another country. It may be the brother in Holland. But as a body, we know it. And through the Spirit is what's revealed. Deuteronomy 29:29. The secret things belong unto Yahweh power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. So we have what's revealed. That's what it means by 100% truth. We won't speak a lie. And that's the warning I really wanted to push out, to remember to stick to the scriptures. Stick to what's written. There's nothing wrong. Of course, there's nothing wrong with research, man. That's what we do. And there's nothing wrong with even speaking on these things, man. Trust me. I have a lot of, opinions, and just we wonder about it, man. We wonder about the past, the prophecy of the future. All right? And the brother I speak to a lot of times about is Matthias. And of course, we just, throw it, just talking. Not doctrine, definitely ain't nothing contrary to the scriptures. All right? So that happens. That's a part of learning and gaining wisdom. But the things we teach and hold to must be what's written in the scriptures, man. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So the things that can be proven. How do we prove it? Isaiah 8. Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. It's about what's written in these scriptures, man. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. All right? Now, again, there's nothing wrong. You may have a thought about something that doesn't contradict the scriptures. All right, the scripture is manifold, so you may have a thought about a scripture. You got the one layer, and it may be like, damn, is this another layer to that? That happens as well. But what we teach and what we stick to, not saying it won't ever be mentioned, but we teach what we stick to is these scriptures, man. All right, we got to stick to these scripts. That's how false doctrine creeps in, man. All right, starting to get into all this other shit and holding it for face value, and then no, that's wrong. Is that? That's when you start tweaking, man. That is Proverbs 25:16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. All right, so for one, every man got their portion with just the truth in the scriptures. But let this be the sweet enough, man. Let this be the honey let this be good enough. The truth, these scriptures. And of course things that support this, of course, all right, that's fine. But not trying to go be extra and beyond. In fact, let me grab this. Sirach 3. '21. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. So we already got a lot to deal with just in the scriptures. The prophecies, the ones that's been fulfilled, like the Daniel 11. Hey, that alone is a whole task going through that history. All right? Prophecies to come, prophecies that's happening. All right? There's the breakdowns on character, how to move in this present evil world on different levels, because it's so many layers. You go through the wisdoms, the Sirach, on how to deal in our day-to-day life, the shit we got to, not shit, things we got to implement as we mature and grow, because some things ain't going to hit until 2 years later. Oh, damn, okay, I can do this, better do that. So that's enough right there. For it is not needful for thee to see with thy eyes the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. And that's the thing, man. Remember, is what I'm really looking into, is that necessary? Of course, there's nothing wrong with digging, but then it comes to a point, is, okay, I'm at this place, at this plateau, if I look anymore, is it really necessary? You can bug yourself out. You can vomit the honey up. You're doing too much. Is it unnecessary? Is what I'm looking is what I'm looking into going to help forward the doctrine? Is it needful for salvation? For more things are showed unto thee than men understand. We got a lot to deal with, man. Can you go into the Hebrew and break down Yahweh and Yahweh Shai? Can you do that yet? Can you prove those same things without the Hebrew and prove it in the scriptures? What the name of Yahweh means? The name Yahweh Shai in the scriptures? All right? And that's just an example, because there's other things that we go into the Hebrew for, but it's also already in the scriptures. Can you break down the 4 waterways that encompass the garden? There's a lot of things in the scriptures, man. Look. For more things are shown to thee than men understand. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. So what's needful for us is what we need to focus on. We've seen men fall away thinking, being too deep, flat earth, this, just tweaking. Like, what does that guy do anything? What does it got to do anything? Is that going to save you? Hey, this is Hebrews 13. And 9. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace. Let's focus on Yahweh Shai, the testimony of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy. Let's focus on how we dealing with the brothers and how we can exhort one another to build each other to the full stature of Yahweh Shai. To focus on the mercy that's given. What we need to do to keep this mercy. What does it mean to have this mercy? Does it mean you're just going to go through life sweet and smooth? Not with meats which have not profited them, but have been occupied therein. Get into something that won't help salvation, that won't help you grow. All right? It's not going to profit you, man. Hebrews 6:9. But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. So that's what we got to focus on. Things that accompany salvation. That's what it's about. All right? Point blank, period. Let's not forget the simplicity of Yahweh Shai. Second Corinthians 11:3. But I fear lest by any means, I'm going to start up actually. 2 Corinthians 11:1. Would to God ye could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Mashiach. So we got to be sound in doctrine. We have to be chaste virgins, man. No, we can't be filled with the strange woman, meaning false doctrines, right? Proverbs 5, Proverbs 7. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Mashiach. So we got to remember that as deep as this truth is, because these mysteries ain't revealed to everyone, is what the task at hand is a simple one. All right? Of faith, repentance, mercy, all right, and justice. It's very simple. Yes, there's wisdom that comes with this, understanding that comes with this, because we got to get into these scriptures. We got to be able to prove what we have is true, but we prove it with the scriptures. We don't have to overcomplicate it. It's already deep enough. We ain't got to add to it. We're talking about Yahweh, the creator of all things, and his son Yahweh Shai. We ain't got to add nothing to it. We ain't got to add no bells and whistles, man. It's already deep. Everything else we'll get, man. Of course, we're curious. But the Lord will reveal the rest in his time, man. 1 Corinthians 13:12. For now we see through it. Wait. 1 Corinthians 13:9. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child, understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part. So this is Paul saying he know in part. This is a very wise man. Look how much of the New Testament is written by Paul. He said he know in part. How much more us? But then shall I know even as also I am known. All right? So we're going to have the full picture, whatever extra details, intricacies the Lord will be revealing in his time. When that which is perfect comes, man. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity. Which charity starts with doing this work, this it's called a love feast. All right? This labor of love. But also just dealing with one another accordingly, to the scriptures, man, with love. That's the focus. That's what we here for. To be a foreshadow of the kingdom, the unity, the brotherhood. That's the sum of the law, to love thy neighbor as thyself, man. And in doing so, we fulfill it. We're not here to be over righteous and be over wise. It don't just say over righteous, it's also say over wise. The one word or two words. Ecclesiastes 7:16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? You start getting too much shit, man. You're going to vomit up what you got, the truth. Start replacing it with some madness, trying to be extra deep and all that. Look, the truth is already extra deep, man. The fact of knowing that a day in Genesis, the first chapter, is talking about 1,000 years, not an actual day. It's motherfuckers that really go and say, how they word it? These niggas is bugged out. Well, before the sun and the moon that was already light and the dark. So how do you keep the time based off the moon and the sun? They don't understand it. That just represents 1,000-year cycle with the Lord, man. So day one, just a 1,000-year cycle. Day two, 1,000-year cycle. Day three, 1,000-year cycle. Then what we know was time as humans was made. When the sun and the moon and the stars was placed in the earth. That's when a real day and a real night started. That's deep. We understand that. We understand the serpent in Genesis is not an actual snake that had legs and the Lord took his legs away. And now they crawl on their belly. Because Wakamoto still got their legs. While chameleons still got their legs. No, and we know that that's talking about a deceitful man. And furthermore, we know it's talking about the line of Edom pre-flood. Romans, the 12th chapter, breaks it down. The Romans called the old serpent the devil. We understand that. All right. So yeah, I ended on this. Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. And further, by these my son be admonished of making many books. There is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. So there's a lot of books out there. Some true, some false, some mixed. So it's in a false category. Unless, extreme discernment is there. And you got to eat the meat, spit out the bones. And that takes using the scriptures. Whatever lines up with the scriptures. And some things can appear true in those books, man. And just be off as hell. But the scriptures is true. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High should bring every work into judgment, and with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. All right? So it's a balance to everything. It's a balance to not being ignorant to a great or small matter. And ultimately, we got to keep in mind the simplicity of Yahawashi. Be not overwise. Stick to the script. Shalom. Call all me how about Shem Yahawashi. The honor to the apostle of the great millstone.